Hi, this is Renee Stanley from Movie Review Relay, and today we're talking about episode 6 of Moon Knight. Yeah, it's streaming on Disney Plus. I hope you've been with us all 5 episodes. Now the 6th one came on last night. Let's talk about it. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Did you enjoy it? I thought it was very well done, and it was different. Okay, so many of our dramas are alike. It's hard to tell one from the other. But this is escapism, it's fantasy, superhero stuff if you like. A little superstition thrown in. And yeah, it was fun. All right, so when we left off last week, Steve had fallen off of the ship. Remember, because he was in between, he didn't know if he was going to paradise or to hell, which is like they call it the duet. The hippo goddess said, Steven, Mark, one of you guys, you're uneven, you're unequal. And so they went through their memories and they found out what the problem was. And it was very sad. We went over it last week. And then as it turned out, we lost Steven. Yeah, you're going to the Diad. You're going to the down place here, as opposed to the up place. And Mark, you went to paradise, and that's where we left off. All right, so Mark, you're in paradise looking at how beautiful everything is. But you keep thinking about Steve. Yeah, Steve was your buddy. Steve was the personality that comforted you whenever you had a problem. You didn't want to just leave Steve down there. Yeah, you had to go back and get him. You have a moral compass, evidently, Mark. And you wanted to get your friend back. You needed Steven. You guys need each other. So you take your heart that is even, and then you go find Steve, which is down with the other zombies. And they're not really zombies, but they look like similar to zombies. Let me just say that. All right, so Steve takes his heart that's even, it's equal, and he puts it in, well, he touches Steve's hand so that they are one now. As if they're sharing the same heart as opposed to having 2 separate hearts. And then Steven comes back to life. Now, I'm glad to see Steven again. I love Steven, but when these science fiction guys do this, I call it instant resurrection. I call it instant resurrection, where the guy's dead. Oh, he's coming back alive. All right, he's dead. All right. After a while, it doesn't have the same impact. It doesn't affect me as a movie goer. I can't believe anything you say. Therefore, I'm not emotionally invested as I would be if I knew that when you killed off a character, he was truly dead. All right, so that's fine. It's your story, your rules. So Steven gets back now to the pyramid where the big fight's going to be, the big climactic scene is going to be. They go where Emmett will be resurrected. In the meantime, Harold is on that same destination. In the meantime, Harold is headed that same way too, because he wants to now resurrect Emmett. And I have to say, he surprised me because he had a talk with Emmett when he first resurrected Emmett. And it seems as if she was going to kill him. He would say, yeah, I deserve it. And he's right, he does. But she didn't. So I'm not sure why they didn't go ahead and get rid of him. I figured they would turn on one another. I did, but they didn't. So now you got Emmett, Harold, and his men. Against Conchu, Mark, Steven, and here's the same guy. And then our girl, Layla. Layla, she was so upset when Steve was shot. Gosh, that girl is that young lady, I should say, is such a wonderful actress. May Calamawy. Okay, her name is in the description. beautiful young woman, and she had me crying along with him when she cried over her Steve or Mark, the guy she loved. Oh, she just boo-hooed, and I wanted to boo-hoo with her. That's how wonderful she was. And so she's mad now. She wants to get a knife or a dagger to go kill Harold. As she's going to do this, one of the goddesses, the hippo god, says to her, you can't do it on your own. You're not strong enough to fight a god, Amit or whatever it is, you and Harold, because Harold now has the power. Remember, he's the avatar, so he has the power of the god, which is Amit. I hope you can follow it. If you're into that stuff, you follow it very, very well. If not, like me, I must explain to you very simply because that's the only way I can understand it, right? So, the hippo god says to Layla, you can't do it by yourself, I'll help you. I'm going to give you power, I'm going to give you a costume and everything. She basically makes her into a superhero, complete with everything, a beautiful costume, the whole thing, And so now Layla is going to be fighting alongside Khonshu, Mark, and Steve. And they do a wonderful job. There's a big climactic scene, everybody's fighting, a lot of lights, beautiful scenery. Although some people complained about, there are some people who are a little nerdy, they complained about the special effects. I must tell you, special effects don't bother me if the story is really good. Okay, if the writing is good, I can deal with a couple of, downgraded special effects, that's fine. That's why the writing is so important. That's why. You can have wonderful special effects and the writing is awful and you just got a hot mess. That's all you got, a big colorful hot mess. Which I understand some people, not all, are describing Doctor Strange, believe it or not. Big anticipated picture, but some people are saying it's a hot mess. It's very low on story background, and very, a lot of special effects, a lot of light show and stuff like that, but not a lot of bonding with the characters. So quite a contrast because they're both associated with Marvel. All right, but different writers. You see the difference, All right, but anyway, I'm coming back. So they're fighting now, the big climactic scene. And unfortunately, Mark, Steve, and Layla, you guys are losing. Yeah, you're not doing so good. Matter of fact, Harold goes to kill, or does kill Mark. How many times are you going to die, Mark? Really? All right. So when he kills Mark, the screen goes black, and they do the same thing they've been doing throughout the series, which is when Mark wakes up, he's in a different position, dead body strewn all over the place. What happened? No one is explaining to me, or the audience, what happens when Mark or Steve blacks out. They say it's Jake. Jake takes over. Who I'm not going to say the word. It's Jake. It's very frustrating, okay? They say, well, that's the third personality. I don't care if it's a 26 or, let me see him. Let me know something about him, okay? And then most movies, I've seen movies before where they, didn't show certain parts, they edited it out. But then when they got to the end of the film, they would then go back and show us the part that puts the puzzle together. You guys aren't doing that. And even though I do enjoy it, that would have made it better. It would have made it better. Because now I could see who Jake is, number one, and what he did, number two. All right, so at the end, normally when the credits start rolling at the end of a show or film, yeah, I head for the doors unless I'm waiting for the post-credit segment, which I don't always do because I usually have seen it already. All right, fine. This time you have to, if you want to see the last scene of this episode 6 of Moon Knight, because they don't have a trailer. Instead, they have the last scene, which shows Harold being wheeled out of a psychiatric ward into a waiting limousine. Conchu's sitting in the backseat of the limousine. And there's Jake in the front seat, the driver's side, with the gun pointed at Harold, and now he's going to shoot Harold. That's all we know about Jake. What? All right. So, as I said, I did enjoy it, but those are my gripes. Those are my things that I either could have cleaned up, which would have given me, I would have given it maybe, I don't know, 1 out of 5. They would have gotten like a 4, but they get a 3.5. It was good. I enjoyed it, so that's fine. All right, so I'm going to see Doctor Strange. We'll be back. And then I'll tell you all about Doctor Strange, if it's true, what I've heard. And I'll tell you, if it's true what I've heard about Doctor Strange. I'm hoping it's good, because I just, always want to have a good time when I go to movies. I love the movies. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking about it, but I just hope it's going to be nice. All right, so here we go. When episode 6 opens, she's crying over her lost lover. And it breaks your heart. It really does. I almost cried with her. She was that convincing. Yeah, she was. Let's see if we have any movie news. Let's go online here. Let's see, did I pay the bill? Yes, I did. I paid my bill. I just wanted to just messing with you guys. All right, here we go. Until we meet again, it's Renee Stanley for Movie Review Relay. God bless.